Greetings again, greetings, L. Some goats. You don't see these here very often. Normally cows and pigs, but not very often goats. Most of the time I'm sitting on my patio or porch looking at these mountains when I make a video. But I normally walk this way and that way twice a day. In the morning and then after dinner. In the morning after breakfast and then in the evening after dinner. So I get this view. And the mountains go all around. If you can see the mountains in the background over here. These ones are still covered in mist. And they go all the way around the city. Behind the mountains are the ocean, but probably about 2 kilometers that way. And that's Manila Bay. You can see all the way across to Manila. On the other side. But anyway, this is the view of the world at the present time for me. We're moving on from here. Hopefully soon we plan on moving on. We gotta go visit other family members that one of our stops going to be Brazil, Panama, and if you're Barbadian, you know that you have family in Panama. You got family in Panama, Guyana, Trinidad, Bermuda, all over the place. If you know British history, then you will know why there are so many Barbadians of African descent in those places. But that's not, you're not talking about Barbados, you're talking about Africa. And you can see now what I've been telling you for 3 years. More than 3 years. It's against my judgment, you know, in the beginning. I just wanted to relax in Gambia. I want to relax in Gambia, use Gambia as a kind of a like launch pad to visit all over Africa. I've been places in Africa, other places in Africa, but I had come back this time to go visit 54 states and oh well. Nevertheless, the ridiculousness that I found in Gambia is why I started making videos. First with the foolishness with the land thing. People lying. Especially those who call themselves diaspora. You know, cheating people out of their hard-earned money. But then again, a lot of people don't really investigate They move on emotion, not on evidence. So what you get is people who will send money to buy land, and when they get there, no land. People will send money to buy land, and the pictures they get of the land, beautiful photos. But when you gotta build your house, and you see what you gotta live in during the rainy season and after the rainy season, it's like earth shaking. So I had to start making videos because people will just don't worry about the water. It's no problem. I had a four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive now, one of the best made. I never got stuck in the water, but I drove past so many people who got stuck. And then after this, the rainy season's over, it was the sand that you get stuck in. The sand that gets into every part of your car and destroys it. And the people weren't talking about that. The food that made you sick. And they were talking about how great the food is. Everything stays sweet when you add sugar to it. Anyway, when I started seeing these things, you know, it's not that seeing the things themselves, but seeing people lie about it. That's when I started making videos. And today, I got myself into a real sticky situation where I'm back to making videos about economics and history and real serious stuff. Not water, not flooding, not where you build your house, not what food you eat. Not the disrepair of the country and the stealing of the money that's supposed to rebuild it. But serious stuff. Life and death in Africa. And you're seeing what's going on in Kenya. The same people, the policemen that they sent to Haiti, those are not the good policemen, you know. Those are the same ones that are killing Kenyans in Kenya. And Kenya is not the only place where they're going to kill people. They're going to kill people in Ghana. They do it in Nigeria every day. They do it in Uganda, Congo. But that's not the problem. It's that these policemen, they live among the people who are being starved. They too are being starved. But it's the power that they wield. When you're a policeman, you may be starving, but you can beat another guy and take what he's got, and you as a policeman, nothing's gonna happen to you. You may live in a shack, there's no running water, but you still feel you're better than your brother that lives next door to you. Your mother that lives in the same condition as you. I once heard a captain in the Florida Defense Force say that if they order him to arrest his mother, if she's out breaking the curfew, he will do it. That's Africa. People don't break curfews for foolishness. These people in Kenya, their lives are at stake. Ghana did the same thing the other day. $3 billion that they got previously, all gone, stolen. They don't have the money to pay back the money when it's due, so they had to go borrow $3 billion. 3 years from now, they'll be borrowing $6 billion. Nigeria, one of the wealthiest nations on the planet. Borrowing money now. And these were the people who were going to invade Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger to restore one of their own who was treating the people there the same way. Helping the French army to destabilize and destroy the country. The French to steal everything of value in the country. They got rid of them. In Gabon, you see the suitcases of money being moved around in the back of people's trucks when they're trying to escape the false coup. It was a false coup, you know. And you're going to see many of them coming from Africa in the coming years because the people are tired of the current leaders, and France, Germany, EU, the US are all looking around and saying, hey, our people are going to get taken out, so we got to have somebody ready to take their places. So all these false coups going to come in, and the people are going to say, okay, we got to give these people a chance. But this is a situation that Africa finds itself in. And the end of the 3 years of grace is gone. Just about. You are seeing the changes that are coming about on the planet. Africa is holding on to slavery. This time they're not selling us. And I keep warning diasporans that you are sitting right between the Africans with money who were given that money to keep their people suppressed and depressed, and the poor African. And you see what happened in Rwanda. The rich people didn't get touched. The leaders didn't get touched. Only one of them died, but the rest of them, nothing happened. It's the way it is in Africa. If anything happened, all the leaders have to do is drive across the border with their suitcases full of money, hand the other guy in the country that they're going to $100,000, $200,000. He's going to let them live there until they figure a way how to go back and steal the rest of the money from the country that they came from. The old men have to go. You got people like Ruto who stood up blatantly and says, I work for the IMF. I work for the IMF. Not I work for my people. I work for the IMF. And the same thing in Ghana. The man said, the Rainbow Coalition, he will never let them pass a law to prevent that in Ghana. Not on his watch. He's going to keep his word. Hello. The agent who went to the EU and everywhere he can go and preach about how Niger and Burkina Faso are ready to invade Ghana. For what? Just across the border, if you go to the border, you'll see that Nigerians and Ghanaians are all one. Nigerians and people of Burkina Faso, all one. That's why that war didn't come about, because these people are saying, no, I'm not killing my father, because my father came across the border. Not killing my mother, she came across the border. I'm not killing my brothers that live over there. I'm telling you, you're either going to have to fix the problem. And there I heard people say, you know what, I'll never go to Africa. But the problem is going to come to you when you in the fire. You don't realize it, that the fire is burning all around you. You're in a forest fire. The forest is burning all around you. And you're sitting there waiting for you to see it. It's only when you see it that you say, oh crap, there's a fire. Too late to build a fire break now. Too late to fill the fire break with water so that you won't get burned. Where were you going to go that time when the fire starts where you are? Better get to Africa and start helping the people there to build and training them how to fight, because the African can't fight. He's fighting with your weapons bought from somebody who he's going to have to fight. When they shut off his weapons supply, what he's going to do? He's using a system that was given to him to corrupt him. I need to change it, but he don't want to change it. You see where I'm going? Africa is not prepared for this war. We know the enemy, so we're the ones who have to teach them how to fight the war. Anyway, this is my view. You don't have to believe me. That's up to you. Wait till it comes. For the last, like I said, about 5 years or so, I've been telling you about things that are going to come. Warning you. So far, batting 100. So it's up to you. I always told you, go check what I say. Go check what I say. Batting 100. It's up to you. Peace. Have a great day wherever you are.